Ursula. Madam President, dear journalists, dear guests, all the present here today. Madam President of the European Commission, we are very happy, as always, welcome you here. And I'm happy that our negotiations, our meeting was full with substance to maximum extent. Priorities: the defense of Ukraine, our positions, our military, and this potential support of our standing for Europe. And the most important issues today is the energy, protection of our energy infrastructure. Sides, Russia has not stopped its terroristic hits on our electric power plants, on our critical social infrastructure, on the guided bombs. They have already have been dropping hundreds every day. And for us, for Ukrainians and for all Europeans, it's a matter of principle that support to Ukraine is given at the relevant level which would bring closer to security and a real long-term peace. The more support Ukraine gets, the quicker the full-fledged security will be restored in Ukraine. We extremely highly value your support, Madam President, and of the whole European Union and institutions of the EU, and the support by our partners, European states. I would like to thank for every project of such support. Today we've had quite a long and substantial discussion in the one-on-one format, and we discussed almost all key things. We also talked in the format of delegations. First is the security support. It's critically important to use money from the European Peace Fund and Fund of Ukraine's facility to support our defense forces. And it's very important that these funds are not blocked, because this will make impact on our ability to defend ourselves, to defend our people and Ukrainian positions on the front line. The second is energy sector. It's an extremely important issue. I thank you, Ursula, for all your efforts aimed at providing more support to Ukraine before the winter period. Today we've discussed in details what could be done together, what funds do we need for this, and the quickest possible implementation of all our agreements is of great importance. I would like to thank you for additional energy support by the EU, announced yesterday in the amount of about 160 million euros. This money will be used for preparation to winter time, and 100 million comes from the frozen Russian assets. We also discussed about protection, special protection of some energy sites and funding of such protection. The third point is the full use of Russian assets. That would be only just. So if the funds which are frozen in various jurisdictions to start working for protection against Russian aggression. There is general political decision. We need only the clear mechanism of implementation of 50 billion, which should be quite global and substantial assistance to Ukrainian budget. The fourth, our negotiations on accession, which we have already started, and we have to move as quickly as possible to demonstrate the full strength of Ukraine, full strength of Europe. Our teams will be working on speeding up the process of these extremely important negotiations, and today we have agreed on this. We have discussed the schedule of our dialogue and next summit, European Union-Ukraine. And the fifth, what I would like to say additionally, it's pressure by sanctions on Russia. We should not allow the aggressor to adapt to our pressure. This means that it should not be limited with pressure on any deviation from the sanctions schemes. And the 12th package of sanctions should continue and support our general European policy, which would not allow Russian aggression to grow. Also, I would like to thank you, Ursula, for agreeing today on European support to school food for children in Ukrainian schools. This would, millions of Ukrainian children and their families would feel. Also would like to thank you for the work on full implementation of the peace formula, which would lead to the end of war with a just and continuous peace. And we're happy to organize this year the second peace summit, which would put an end and put a full stop on this page of war. We are all interested in peace. Peace is not frozen war. Any manipulations with international law or morale is possible. This peace should be very reliable, and I thank very much all those who support us in this. Glory to Ukraine.